Welcome to Mind Break, the new channel. I'm your host, Travis Kane. Let's get straight to it. Today, I want to talk about, wanted to discuss about people saying there's no money in YouTube and whatever the case may be in these sites where they're giving out all this good money at. First and foremost, I will say this: there always and forever will be money for content. Let me repeat that. There will always and forever will be money for content. You just got to know how to position yourself right. You've been watching TV all your life. And trust me, every time you see one of them commercials come on, paid. Paid. You understand me? CBS, NBC, and all those channels, they get paid. So it's not that it's not the money. A lot of people just don't have the content. And you have to be real creative and have to be very dedicated to this, I believe. You know what I mean? Granted, this is my first time running. And I've been watching folks. I've been paying attention. And I've been saying I was going to do this for a while now. But, we see these numbers and, oh, we want to make 1 million views and get all that. Yeah, that ain't what you're reaching for. That ain't what you should be reaching for. It'll come after dedication and persistence. I believe it definitely will come. But at the moment, that's not the star you should be shooting for right out the gate. Um, Making good content. You have to make good content. There's no such thing as shadow banned and your shit's trash. That's all. It's trash. No one likes it. Go back to the drawing board. And that's the beauty of this content creation thing. You can always go back to the drawing board. Always. Study YouTube. Study it. Study all these sites and podcasts and whatnot that you see. Study them. It's going to give you the game. I don't believe you should be watching all those. I can teach you how to make $5,000 a day on YouTube. Yeah, stop watching those. Stop it. Because it really boils down to your content. We're not watching Martin if he wasn't funny. Bottom line. We're not watching a lot of these shows if they wasn't interesting to us. So you should look at it at your content the same exact way. The exact same way. And best believe you will get something out of it. Best believe. Content pays. It's always been paying since they turned on the TV. Hell, on the radio. Get a commercial on the radio. Yeah, that costs some bucks. So it's never the amount of money. It's plenty companies, thousands of companies who are willing to put a little sponsorship where you can get some sponsorship from. And then, a lot of people are just all over the place. This is another reason why you can't get the sponsorship you're looking for. You're not dedicated to one niche. You're just not dedicated. So it's hard for a dog food company to want you to sponsor them because you're talking about dogs this week, and then you're talking about cars next week, and you're talking about houses the next week. You know, um, then again, one should be able to do that, but based off the algorithm, you want to be consistent in one area, and that helps them find that helps sponsorship find you easier as well. So I'd agree with that. But I wanted to check out this. I wanted you guys to check out what this lady said. Shout out to Bag Fuel. I watched them a lot. I used to keep up with them on the other show. I won't mention it, but I keep up with these guys. Check this out.
But the business of this content space, like,
Yes.
what is the future of it from a financial standpoint and creative?
I mean, right now it's really interesting. Just where it's at. I mean, I don't know if y'all have. I will say the number one person spending money right now is DraftKings, and I'm mad as DraftKings Prize Picks. I'm mad as hell. I didn't.
Betting site.
I'm so mad that I didn't have a show where, because I don't think any female podcast.
Don't get it confused. Those betting sites got the money for this. They got the money to be dishing out like that. They got money constantly coming in and out. So yeah, they can have quite a few people sponsoring. They can, put out that money like that. They got plenty marketing money. Plenty.
Has DraftKings as a sponsor, but
Currently.
they are dropping bags out here for the male podcasters. So, I mean, it's interesting. No one's really getting the MGs anymore, the minimum guarantees.
Mhm.
The landscape has changed a lot.
In a bad way?
Yeah. I mean, I would say the money is harder to get unless you really build a core audience. And then you really are going to end up depending on your audience to get you money. So there's Patreon, there's live shows, there's merch, there's all of those ways to make money. But really making the money off advertising I've seen a crazy shift in that. In the
what? Is it more money or less money?
less money.
Way
Definitely less money.
Do you think it's because the celebrity podcasters?
I
and all
mean,
that
the
stuff?
celebrity podcast, I mean, that's easy to blame them. The crazy thing.
I also think that when people are doing these podcasts or content creating things, that they feel that they don't need a team. They can do it all on their own. You need a team. You need a team. You definitely need a team. If you're making $10,000 a month, you need a team. Not a big team. You may need a small. You might need another assistant or something, but you need someone. You need people to go after these bucks. There's money out there. There's millions of dollars out there for people who want to, for you to sponsor their product or whatnot. It's constantly on TV. These TV shows wouldn't survive without them. Never say there's no money in it. You just have to figure out how to get it.
Well, no, they think that podcasting is easy, which is why these celebrity podcasts also aren't lasting very long.
They don't last.
They
in and out.
They gave them the money.
Nah, that's the thing. They really didn't give them the money. Nah, I mean, you could talk to, of course, like you have like the Meghan Markles, the Kim K's, the Michelle Obamas, the people who
outliers,
and they dropped it with Spotify. They never even really published shit, right? But a lot of these celebrities get in thinking it's going to be a bag, and it's not the bag they want, and they're not in it very long. I don't think that they really fucked up the landscape that much.
I think they.
And I really think the average Joe can outdo most celebrities in this content creating, because, like she said, they already got a bag. It takes hard work and dedication to this, and when you already sitting on millions, I don't think this would be a top of the order for most of them individuals because they didn't get the bag right out the gate. And most superstars and athletes, they figure they should, even in their retirement years, they feel that they probably should get the bag. And I mean, you can't blame them. I would do the same thing as well. But they do fizzle out, and so do regular folks. Consistency and good shit is a must in this content creating avenue. It's a must. There's no tricks, there's no loopholes, there's no easy ways, there's no way. Consistency and good content.
They fucked up the advertising view. They was getting this, hoping to get something, and they didn't reach those goals.
I mean, that's the thing. A lot of them may
And you
use,
realize
may
they-
use
and they scaled
sponsorships.
that.
I'm telling you right now, a lot of these celebrity podcasters do not have deals. They're either making money like they're
Off
going
their
to independent
notoriety?
like you could even look at I guess, and these are male podcasters. Well, shit, 3. You have the JBP with no deal. You have Mello and Mero with 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. That's Mello's shit with I think with Wave Sports, but they have their thing, and then even Club Shay Shay, him.
Those are all new. I'm talking
But
about
that's what I'm saying.
when they were giving the bags.
When they were giving the bags out, they were giving the bags out to regular people too. I mean, me and Bridget got a 7-figure deal. You know what I mean? So to me, it was based on numbers. It was based on your reach. But there were other people besides celebrities getting deals. Right now, it's rev splits. That's all I'm seeing. I see all of all of these networks offering rev splits. A rev split is you are exclusive. You are exclusive to this person to sell into your show. Whatever they sell into your show, it can be anywhere from 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. Those are the splits. You get the higher part of that. But that's another thing. You get paid when they get paid. And these motherfucking advertisers and companies net 90, net 120, and then you got to be up as 3-4 months before you even get. So those ads that you read.
Look, just like with any business, I mean, any business you create, you want to have at least 6 months of capital. You want to have at least 6 months of capital. You don't want to go in here. You don't want to get into content creating, quit your job, and then say, I'm just going to do all this, because it does take a long time for some of this money to come through. Now, mind you, I ain't made $1. It's my first time up. But I know that it takes a while for the money to come through. It's similar to the trucking business. Like, you don't get paid for every time you drop it off. You might get a net 30 or a net 60. And when they get paid, you get paid. You know what I mean? And that's fair. But in order to do this, have at least 6 months. Have at least 6 months capital. Now, you don't have to have thousands of dollars, but you don't want your bills to be running up, getting behind on your bills or whatnot. Have at least 6 months capital. Have at least 6 months dedication as well. Have the proper preparation as well. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. I watched quite a few of these content creators go from nothing to something. And the main thing I can take from them is the consistency. A lot of them didn't even start off well. It was just bad production and whatnot, But the content was good. The content was pretty good, in most cases, And as time goes on, like everything we do with consistency on things, we get better and we get better. So let's check her out and see what she's talking about again.
3-4 months ago, you got to be up on it to make sure you getting paid.
Yep.
So then you also become an accountant. You become accounts payable.
And this is why you need a team.
And so, like, I have a podcast right now, really good friends. They're owed over 10 grand. But the money to even sue to get that 10 grand, it ain't even worth it.
Yep.
So, but imagine if you're working, you're putting out content every week. 10 grand is a lot of money to a lot of people. And so, mind you, again, with this, you're covering your own production. None of these networks are covering production. So you're paying your own team. And then that's the other thing that no one says about around here. As talent, you the last to be paid, especially when you own the shit. Like, if you're being paid just as talent, that's one thing. But a lot of these podcasts, like y'all, everyone else that's a part of this will get paid before y'all see anything. So whatever money comes in, you're shoveling out, and then you get paid at the end.
And then they're like, can I borrow 20?
And sweetheart, that's business. That's how business goes. Any business you form, you get paid last all the time. You get the crumbs. You get what's left over. We need to stop thinking that, I'm going to get a business and all the money going to be mine. No, that's not how business works, people. Let's stop thinking that. Let's stop trying to shine before we really get on the grind. That'd be another problem. You hear about the bags and all that you get with all this content stuff, and y'all want to go buy Rolexes and jewelry and all that old garbage. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with a motherfucker shining and whatnot, and wanting to look good, but you have to make this something before you can be something. It has to shine brighter than you before you shine. And if we get out of that mentality of thinking we're paid first and everything else is paid last, we'd be a lot better off. Y'all know what I'm saying by we. Yeah, we. Let's get the shining out the way. Put that on the curb for a minute. That shit gonna be there. They've been making Benzes since I've been seeing Benzes, and they look good every year. Every time I wanted one, they was looking better the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year.
$20.
Those are the things though that people don't talk about. Like, you have to pay for studio, you have to pay for video, and then that's the thing now too. Nigga, video is the editing of it, the paying for it, then the social clips.
It's a
lot of money to go towards video, but so many people want to see you now. That's another thing. When I started podcasting almost 8 years ago, me and Weezy didn't even have video. We were going in. Yeah, it was audio only. And so that's another thing too. Our audio numbers are probably different than most video podcasts now.
Yeah.
Like, first off, I know we're shadow banned on YouTube, but you could go to our YouTube and niggas might want to be like, oh, they only getting 30,000 views an
That's
episode.
A lot for the content y'all.
And again, about the shadow banning thing, I don't believe it. It's just you don't have good content. These platforms are into making money. So if you making money, they making money as well. So there's no reason for them to not put your or have your content going to the forefront. They don't put garbage on NBC and CBS. A lot of shows don't make it. Well, you should look at it the same as on YouTube. A lot of shows are not going to make it. Tons of them not going to make it. That's just part of the game. Good content is the key.
We get $1 million a month in audio. So do even the breakdown. We're seeing 100,000 for audio for an episode, plus our back catalog. We're seeing almost 250,000 downloads a week.
If you're doing 30,000 on YouTube,
yes,
because all of us here, we talk about it, how when the yellow dollar sign comes, they push your video down. So bust through at 30, 40,000.
All of our shit is non-monetized. That's the thing too. The content, and then I guess within the first couple minutes, if you start cursing, if you have a certain amount of curse words or your content is not suitable for children, it has the 18 and up, you're shadow banned, you're not being shown on playlists. Yeah. So, and YouTube is a tough game. Like, YouTube too pays pennies to the view. Mm-hmm. Pennies to the view.
$1 for every 600 thing.
Yeah, something like that. Something dumb.
How about this? They'll flag your video if you put the wrong quotations on a word. Not even.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
He played that game. He tries.
I'm better at I don't want to talk, but I'm better at it than a lot of motherfuckers.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. You not gonna beat a robot. Like, nigga, we get into this AI shit. Like, the fact that even the landscape of people getting jobs, your resume.
People, we got to learn to adapt. We've been watching TV for so long without all the cuss words and all this, that, and the third for so long. Why is it that it's a problem now that YouTube and Facebook and whatnot is cutting it out? Hell, build a site where you can have all that shit and deal with that shit that they dealing with the United States Congress, because that's why they dealing with that, for letting people just go free like that and talk any old kind of way and treat people any old kind of way. There should be some restrictions on that, and I appreciate that they have brought that to the forefront. They've been doing it. They've been doing it for years. I mean, they did it to rock music. They did it to rap music. They did it to TV. We have to have censorship, bottom line. And to be honest, it's more money. It's more money when you done censored yourself. But we so hooked on this drama-fueled content. That's one reason why you ain't getting no money. What stores you know sell some drama? I can't think of one.
Has to have certain key phrases. Like, human beings are not even looking at resumes anymore. It's an AI, it's a robot. That's the shit that's looking on YouTube. Like, we are not going to beat the algorithm. We're not in a place to beat the algorithm.
I'm going to show you a trick.
Listen, I want the aliens to come. These robots scare me.
No, I'm going to show you a trick.
What? You going to show me?
Yeah, I can't say it on here because then they'll hear it.
Oh,
because even I told them.
He has loopholes that work right now.
Yeah, it's right now.
Oh,
it works. But they're gonna figure it out. But I got 7 months.
Okay.
If I show you, you're gonna be like, you're a fucking asshole.
Okay, I want to see your little loophole that you think is out here beating the robot.
When we get off, I'm gonna show you.
He said, I done outsmarted the robot. Go ahead, Heineken.
I only got 7. Even he was like, you only got 6 months
before
they catch on. Okay. They're going. One of our ish videos they caught on.
Okay. You're going to have to show me whatever little master plan.
Because when I seen yours, I'm like, oh my God, I know they're railroading her.
What?
On YouTube, like how they.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but we're right now working around it. Like, we're trying to remove the name of the show out of the titles. I mean, horrible decisions.
It's
like,
brand mark.
When we made 100,000 subscribers and we went to get our plaque, nigga, we couldn't even put the name of our podcast on our plaque. It said no profanity. So our
yeah, shout out to Bag Fuel and this young lady, Mandy B. Yeah, be conscious of how you title yourself. Be conscious of what you're saying, how you saying it, because that any old thing that you say, it ain't doing it no more. It ain't gonna get you the bag that you're searching for. Good, easy content, good, smooth, and entertainable. Or entertaining, should I say? I just made up a word. Entertaining content. And I can guarantee you that you'll make it. I've watched them. I've watched so many. And I sat back myself like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And all while I'm saying I'm going to do it, they doing it. And I'm seeing them progress. I'm watching them. This is one gentleman. What's they called? Back on Fig. Back on Fig. Now these guys right here.
All right, y'all. Back on Fig, man. We back here, man.
That guy right there in the blue, and the dark-skinned gentleman in the picture below. Yeah, I watched them. I watched their growth. And it was a beautiful thing to see. The guy named Terrell in the blue jean jacket, well, he was on this one show I don't want to mention, but he was on this one show. You know what I'm saying? And then things went left and right or whatever. It didn't work out good for him. Everybody else blew up. But what I like what this young man did, he took that game that he got from being on that show and introduced it to him and his boys. Now them niggas blown up. I'm telling you, it seemed like it took them less than a year. They already blow up. They already had blew up. And they took it the right way. It was a beautiful thing to see. Because they was bickering about a lot of shit. And he seemed to be, and I don't want to leave out nobody, but this is the one I noticed. He was the only one that took that bad energy and made something out of it. So check out Back on Fig. I fuck with them. And Bag Fuel. Some good content, good people to watch right there. Well, that's all, ladies and gentlemen, for me for today. I appreciate you stopping by. This was my first joint. And hopefully I can get better as time goes on. You know? Appreciate you coming.